Whether it is from pre-hard mode or hard mode in Terraria, the bosses have always been a very unique challenge that's been in the game ever since it was created. But what's going on, guys? Just the Savage here, and welcome back to another Terraria Top 5 video. Today I am going to be sharing with you guys my top 5 favorite bosses in vanilla Terraria. Quick disclaimer before I start this video, these bosses are not set in any specific order. I've just been thinking about my playthrough that I've been doing off the channel, and I'm thinking, well, which ones do I like the best? And I have made up my top 5, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so here we are at number 5, and number 5 is actually one of the first bosses that you encounter in the game. This is the Eye of Cthulhu, and the Eye of Cthulhu is actually a very simple boss that a lot of people probably know about if they've played Terraria. The Eye of Cthulhu is basically a giant demon eye, and he summons smaller versions of himself to attack you while he's attacking you. His primary attack is basically ramming into you to do damage, and like I said, to release these smaller minions of himself. He has two forms. This is his first form, where he just looks like a giant devastating eye. In his second form, he actually looks like a giant mouth. So I am actually going to get him down to half health, and then I'm going to show you guys what he looks like in his second form. I will be right back. Okay guys, we're about to get him into his second form, and there we go, just as I was about to say something. So this is the Eye of Cthulhu's second form, and as you guys probably can tell, I have a mod downloaded called Heroes Mod, and it allows me to engage God mode. So I'm actually fighting the Eye of Cthulhu in God mode right now. So like I said, this is his second form, and in his second form he actually has more damage. He actually looks more devastating, and he will stop producing small minions. The small minions will actually drop recovery hearts, which will heal you by 20 points of health, and this is when the campfire comes into play. The campfire actually gives you a small health regeneration buff, which slightly increases your health regeneration speed as long as you are near it, making it a very good thing to have with the Eye of Cthulhu fight. So guys, I am actually going to finish off the Eye of Cthulhu, and then I will see you guys in my number 4 spot. Okay guys, so here we are at number 4, and let me introduce to you our number 4 spot, Skeletron Prime. Skeletron Prime is a hard mode mechanical version of Skeletron that you fight in pre-hard mode to gain access to the dungeon. He has 2 additional limbs, is made completely out of metal, and actually has some more devastating attacks. As you can tell, he has a laser, he has 2 saws, and he has a vice, or a clamp, as I like to call it. He does not have a second form. He is currently one of my favorite bosses because he is a huge stress reliever for me. This one night I was playing and I actually fought him, and then I actually defeated him like over 30 times because I just noticed that I was just very calm while fighting him. He is a really good challenge, pretty difficult to defeat, but if you're really good at dodging him, he won't actually pose much of a problem. He is one of the 3 mechanical bosses that you need to defeat in order to get further into hard mode. So I'm going to finish off Skeletron Prime here, guys, and then I will show you my number 3 spot. Coming up at number 3 is one of my favorite bosses. Not necessarily one of my favorite bosses, but a boss that I've always found very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Plantera. Plantera is a hard mode boss that you unlock after you defeat the 3 mechanical bosses, the twins, Skeletron Prime, and the Destroyer. Plantera is fought in the jungle and is actually a really decent boss fight. She is kind of like the Eye of Cthulhu, only more devastating. She has 2 forms. Her first form, really not so much. She has 3 of these tendrils, and she just looks like really pink petal that has yet to bloom. And then in the second one, I'm gonna have to stop attacking her so that you guys can actually see her. Her second form, this is her second form. She has so many more tendrils. She actually looks a little more intimidating. I would not want to see her in real life. And yeah, she's just a really interesting boss. I actually fought her for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and I know what you're thinking, noob, but no, I'm really not. I actually started playing Terraria on the console version. So guys, I am actually going to finish off Plantera real quick, and then I will show you my number 2 spot. See you guys in a second. Okay guys, here we are in my number 2 spot, and this is the Lunatic Cultist. The Lunatic Cultist is actually the second to final boss in vanilla Terraria, and actually kickstarts a chain of events that you must go through in order to get to the final boss called the Moon Lord. The Lunatic Cultist has a wide variety of attacks, such as ice powers, fire powers, lightning powers, and this weird portal ritual power. The portal ritual, I like to call it, if you do not defeat, if you do not hit the actual Lunatic Cultist before the ritual is completed, it will summon forth a dragon that you have to fight along with the Lunatic Cultist. The Lunatic Cultist fight is actually pretty decent. In the fight, you basically just fly around and dodge all of his attacks, and when he does the portal ritual, you have to determine which duplicate is actually him. Now, there is a little trick in which you can do this. The eyes, if you take a look at the eyes, you can actually see that he is the true Lunatic Cultist. The further you get into the fight, the more duplicates he spawns when he does the portal ritual attack, and if I can get him to do it again, I will just let him complete the ritual so that you guys can see the dragon. But yeah, guys, this is the Lunatic Cultist, and I will see you guys in a second. Okay guys, here we go. So this is him spawning in the dragon, and as you can see, the dragon kind of looks like a bunch of different enemies that they've introduced into Terraria. But yeah, basically you have to fight the dragon, and you have to fight the Lunatic Cultist. Because I'm fighting in God mode, and because I'm a post-Moon Lord character, I can basically down him in like 5 minutes. But yeah, guys, this is the Lunatic Cultist. I will stop him. I will stop the video right here so that I can fight him, and then I will show you guys my number 1 spot. And here we are, guys. Number 1. This is the Solar Pillar. The Solar Pillar is actually one of the 4 celestial pillars that spawns right as soon as you defeat the Lunatic Cultist, as you saw earlier. For some reason, I do not understand why the pillar is not spawning in any of its little monsters, but I think it's just like a glitch, like a placement glitch or something like that. This truly isn't my favorite pillar. I just figured I'd show it because I have a really big friend who is so into fire stuff, and I know that when he's going to see this, it's only going to make him want to play Terraria even more. But, so yeah, so the solar pillars, like I said, spawn in when you defeat the Lunatic Cultist, and there are 4 of them. And I don't know why this one's not doing it, but the solar pillar and all the other pillars spawn in their own themed monsters that you need to kill. There's a certain number of monsters you need to kill for each solar pillar, and when you do, this force field will disappear and you can start attacking the pillar itself. You need to destroy all 4 pillars in order to summon the Moon Lord, and yes, the Moon Lord is inevitable as soon as you defeat the final celestial pillar. So guys, as a little bonus, I'm going to show you guys my personal favorite celestial pillar. I will be right back. Okay guys, so this is my personal favorite pillar called the Stardust Pillar, and this one is actually spawning in some of his monsters. So like I said, you need to defeat a certain number of monsters in order to get rid of this this little force field, and then you can start attacking the pillar itself. So the reason why, just real quickly, the reason why this one is my favorite is because of the colors. I just really love it. So guys, I'm actually going to go back to my Sky Temple, and I am going to end off the video. I will see you guys there in a second. Okay guys, well that is pretty much it. That was my top 5 favorite bosses in vanilla Terraria. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to, and please leave a comment down below describing what's your favorite vanilla boss in all of Terraria. Also a quick shout out to Radical Raccoon, who is actually one of my best friends, and he's also the one who loves everything flames. So guys, be sure to like and subscribe if you want to, and this is Just the Savage. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all later.